Shifting focus to Indonesia, that will hold presidential elections on February 14th. In the latest, activists and former judges have urged a top judge to quit the Constitutional Court. The judge, Anwar Usman, had been found guilty of ethics violations for a ruling that enabled the president's son to run for vice president. And this is where things get interesting. The judge is the brother-in-law of President Joko Widodo. An ethics panel removed him as Chief Justice for conflict of interest after he failed to recuse himself from a case that favored his nephew and the president's son, Gibran Raka Buming Raka. Gibran had been ineligible to run for the vice presidency as he was 4 years shy of the minimum age of 40. But just 3 days before registration for the polls, the court decided the rule need not apply to all candidates. However, critics say that the ethics panel, instead of dismissing Justice Anwar, allowed him to remain on the bench, thereby denting the credibility of the Constitutional Court. But the problems for Gibran do not end with his candidacy for vice presidency. Gibran's decision to become defense minister's running mate has been seen as an attempt by President Joko Widodo to retain his influence beyond his second and final term that ends next year. The developments have not gone down well with ordinary Indonesians as well. Ever since the president's son joined the electoral race, the defense minister's ratings have declined. In a survey conducted between October 26th and 31st, rival candidate Ganjar Pranowo has been nudging ahead of Defence Minister Prabowo Subianto. Of the 2,400 people surveyed, over 36% backed Ganjar, while other 34% supported Prabowo, and around 24% supported Jakarta's former governor Anies Baswedan. Now, the important takeaway being nearly 40% believed that Joko Widodo influenced the court's decision to favour his son. The findings indicate that the people of Indonesia are strictly against the making of another political dynasty in their country.